Meanwhile, Prince Harry has reportedly become more distant than ever from his father, King Charles. What do we know about the current state of their relationship?
Look, this was quite a sad update. I mean, there was reports this week in the British press that allegedly Harry was learned about King Charles' recent hospital stay from the media. He wasn't notified that his father was in hospital. Of course, King Charles spent several days in hospital earlier this month related to his cancer treatment. That was sad because we know that they are estranged, and I do think that part of that is probably concerns from within the royal family and from King Charles and Queen Camilla about their privacy. You know, we know that when Catherine was going through her cancer treatment last year, they also kept the Sussexes in the dark because they were worried about leaks. And that is not necessarily to suggest that it would be Meghan or Harry leaking, but I do think that they are surrounded by a group of sycophants and publicity people that, you know, maybe inadvertently would reveal something. So
Right.
I think it's a very complicated situation. I don't think it's ideal for either party. I don't think Charles wants to be, estranged from his son, and I don't think Harry wants to be finding out about his family in the press. But it's just the way it has to be. I mean, you know, they made their decision, and
Yes.
this is a very sort of sad example of that.
Absolutely, it is very sad. Denmark's Princess Isabella has made her first public speech as the Danish royal family continues to celebrate her 18th birthday. What can you tell us about this speech?
Yeah, well, Isabella's really kind of, just sort of launched with a bang. She's made her first public speech. She's just turned 18. Actually, she's celebrating her 18th this Easter long weekend. And she is sort of being, prepared for a life as a royal. She will be a working royal. She'll be very much taking on the role of supporting her brother, Christian, when he becomes the King of Denmark. Of course, Isabella is the daughter of Aussie Queen Mary and King Frederick.
Yes.
And she made her first public speech earlier this week. And it was really kind of, positively received. I think in the Danish press, we were looking at some of the Danish media outlets and their coverage, and also in the UK and around the world. And people kind of love her sort of sense of humour. She kind of made there was this funny line at the start of the speech where she referenced kind of this infamous thing that happened a few years ago where, and this is, happens to the best of us, she was picked up on a microphone kind of having a bit of a tense moment with Mary. And it was this sort of like thing that was hanging over her head for a few years, and people were like, oh, remember that clip of, Isabella snapping at Mary? And then she just sort of said, look, here I am, I'm in front of the microphone. Now I know that the microphone's on.
Now it's on.
Yeah.
So she'll still have a go at her mum.
Yeah. But, people love that. I think she just sort of, what a master stroke to just sort of get ahead of it, have a bit of a joke. And, the Danes love that. So,
And at
happy
18,
birthday.
what a big future ahead of her. Reilly Sullivan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.